Women's with FitnessRx for Women. This is my next question and answer segment where I took your questions from Facebook and I'm going to answer them for you tonight. The first question I have is, I think I ask this every week, but do you use sweeteners? Which one and how much is too much? I used to overdo Splenda. It's really easy to overdo sweeteners. In fact, artificial sweeteners are in a lot of foods that we eat on a regular basis. I've switched over to stevia. I use it in the powdered form or the liquid form, and I usually only use it in tea or oatmeal. I don't really put that on anything else, but I wouldn't use it on every single meal. I mean, stevia is the more natural sweetener, so that's the one I would recommend. Some of the other sweeteners have a lot of chemicals in them, and scientific studies are a little bit indecisive as far as the health hazards for the future. So in my opinion, it's probably best to avoid those as much as possible. So stevia is the one that I recommend. In fact, the liquid one has many different flavors: cinnamon, hazelnut, chocolate. They have a lot of really good flavors that you can find at Whole Foods or any health food store by your house. The next question is, does everyone need to carb up for a show? Doesn't it make some people bloated? Everyone does not carb up for a show. There's no specific plan that every single person's going to follow. I don't carb up for a show. I'm pretty sensitive when it comes to that kind of thing. And usually, carbing up only works well if someone's body fat is low enough. Otherwise, they'll look softer on stage and tend to look a little bit watery on stage. So you have to really be careful if you want to test out how a carb load makes your body look a few weeks before the show. That might be a good idea, but be really careful with what you do in the last week because you don't want to ruin the 3 months or 4 months that you've been preparing for the show on that one night. The next question is, I've been losing weight and I'm just wondering when to start working my abs. Now! You can start working your abs now. There's no reason you have to lose a certain amount of weight before you can start training them. It should be part of your weekly training regimen from the very beginning. I work a night shift from 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. I'm having a hard time restructuring my diet to accommodate my work, sleep, and workout schedule to give me max benefit. Any suggestions? This is a tough schedule, but what I would do is basically shift it so that it would be almost like you were working during the day, even though you're working at night. So from the first time you get up, have your normal breakfast and then try to eat every 2 to 3 hours after that. And then after you go to work, sleep for at least 7 hours and then start your day again. So you're just going to have to do everything reverse. But making sure you eat solid foods every 2 to 3 hours will definitely help with the energy levels during your night shift. And the last question I have is, in your most recent fit tip, you said that you were eliminating sugar and that you don't include fruit during contest prep. What is the difference between sugar and fruit and the sugar and sweet potatoes, which you do include? And do you include other veggies like red peppers, etc. that have some natural sugar? Now, there's no reason why everyone has to eliminate fruit from their diet if they're getting ready for a show. In fact, I've had preps where I've had raisins, I've had bananas, apples, I've had grapefruit. So, I mean, there are a lot of benefits to fruit. And if you are watching your entire carb intake and including that in there, there's no reason why you can't get ready for a show using fruit. This particular prep, I just don't have any in there. So it's not that I always exclude it. It's just that for this particular prep, I'm relying on different sources of carbohydrates. A lot of bodybuilders are afraid of the fructose in fruit. So, but in reality, it's all about the total carb content. So it's a great source of like a pre-workout, so it's a little higher glycemic, so it gets into your system faster. So, I mean, there's a lot of benefits to fruit, so don't be afraid of it. It's just something that I'm not having right now. So, that concludes the questions for this week. Hopefully that helps you out. Until next time, keep living the fit life, and I'll see you guys soon.